everyone, welcome back or welcome to my channel. I am Caitlin Rose and you are watching Caitlin Rose TV. Today's video is a bit different to like the other vlogs I do because I wanted to do more book themed videos. So today is going to be a reading for 24 hours challenge. It's a bit complicated because I film on my phone, so I've had to get my laptop to get like a timer up so that I can know and show you guys like how much I've been reading. The books in the video that I have like thought out and planned to read in like the 24-hour time is the one that I'm currently reading, which is Red, White and Royal Blue, which I'm 108 pages in, about to start chapter 5 of the book. And then once I finish that, I either want to move on to A Court of Thorns and Roses, which I bought. This is the Spanish edition, or 1984, which is also the Spanish edition. This one's hardback, but depending on what mood I'm in, I'll like pick up one or the other. Maybe not any of them, depending on what I feel like after I finish this one. One thing about me is that when I'm reading, I love to listen to like music, preferably music that relates to the book that I'm reading. So I always like go onto Spotify to find a playlist of whatever book I'm reading. And if I can't find them, then I'll just put on like one of my reading playlists that has like very like calm, relaxing music. But I managed to find one for Red, White and Royal Blue, which is what I'll be listening to while I'm reading the book. I only have it like lowly in the background, just so like it kind of sets the scene for me in my head, but doesn't distract me enough from like not being able to actually read the book. I just finished Red, White and Royal Blue with 17 hours, 10 minutes and 49 seconds left on the clock. I really enjoyed this book. The way that it was written, not just with the descriptions but also just down to the different uses of fonts, whether it was for text messages, emails, headlines, because obviously they're both involved in political headlines that would be written about both of their families. My overall rating for the book, I'm going to give it a 4-star or maybe like a 4.5 star. I'll reflect when I'm editing the video in a couple of days whether it's going to stay a 4 or whether it will be a 4.5. I was thinking about what book to read next, and I debated for a while, but I think I'm going to read A Court of Thorns and Roses. This is the Spanish version that I got when I went to the shops with one of my friends, a local like bookstore. It's the first book in the series, but I keep seeing it everywhere, and I feel like the longer I put off reading it, the like more spoilers or things that I might see. So I'm gonna read this one next. I only have the first book in my physical TBR, but if I really enjoy it, I'll look for the next ones, whether that's in this video or a different one. I don't know, because I do have quite a lot of physical TBR books on my bookshelf upstairs in my bedroom that I want to get through as well. But this is the next book I'll be reading. Book update for everyone. The last time you saw me, I was starting the Akata series, the first book being A Court of Thorns and Roses. I read 2 or 3 chapters of it and then quickly realised that I was not in the headspace for the fantasy elements of this romantasy, and so I put this book down because I genuinely wanna fully understand the book and pay full attention to it while I'm reading it. So I put this book down to read at a later date when I'm more in that headspace. And on my tablet I started reading the raw book, and I'm about 25-30% in. We have about 12 and a half hours left on the clock. I'm gonna finish the raw book on here, and then I'm gonna start One of Us is Lying once I've finished this book. It's currently 8 AM the next morning. I've just made a coffee. I've gotten dressed, I've done my hair, put my products and stuff in it, and gotten dressed for the day. Last night I finished the rule book, and I started One of Us is Lying, which I can't remember if I said I'd finished and started a new book, or whether I didn't say that. But if I did say that, this might be cut out or not, who knows. And I read, I think, 2 or 3 chapters of One of Us is Lying before I ended up falling asleep at midnight or something. So far I'm enjoying it. There's not much going on just because it's the first few chapters, so there's not the plot line has been discussed, but it's not been fully in-depth discussed in a way. But I'm gonna give all of my final thoughts and ratings at the end of the video. I know I talked about a possible rating for Red, White and Royal Blue earlier, but I'm gonna reflect once I've finished and all of the books and stuff, and then I'll give my final thoughts and ratings on each of them at the end of the video. We're currently now in single digit hours, which is a very nice thing to see on the clock. I think there's about 8 or 9 hours left, so that's gonna be done today. So yeah, I'm gonna continue reading One of Us is Lying, and then after that I will either take a look at my physical TBR, because there's books on there that I want to finish. I do want to finish my whole TBR, the physical books that I have, because then I can buy new ones, because I don't want to buy any new books until I finish the ones that are on my bookshelves, just because I know that if I buy any more then I probably won't get round to reading the ones that are currently on my bookshelf. So I'm gonna finish those at some point, hopefully, and then buy some new ones. So I don't know whether I'll read an ebook once I finish One of Us Is Lying, or whether I will read one from my physical TBR. It depends on like length and what mood I'm in after finishing One of Us Is Lying. I did have really high expectations, and then when I was giving my comments, not the rating but like the comment on the rule book on Goodreads, I saw that One of Us Is Lying doesn't actually have a very high average rating, but you know, everyone's taste is different, so I'll see how I feel about the book and I will rate it accordingly. I tied my hair back because it was annoying me while I was reading. I'm about 60-65% way through One of Us Is Lying. I was really enjoying it to start with, but now towards the end it kind of feels like the main plot of this entire book is kind of slowly becoming a side plot of the book, which is kind of disappointing because I really like the main plot of this. Hopefully in like the last few chapters I have left, it like obtains the status of the main plot of the book rather than the route that they're going down at the minute. That's my hope. I just finished One of Us Is Lying. I have, I think, about 3.5 to 4 hours left on the clock. I'm just gonna have a little look at my Goodreads to see what's on my want to read list, to see if there's any that like spark my interest, and if not, I'll have a look at my physical TBR ones that I have left on my shelf. But I think the most probable thing is that I'll read an ebook. I mean, just because with the time that I have left, it like reading on the iPad is a lot quicker for me than reading the ebook. I don't know why. I think it's just because I'm so used to a phone screen at this point. But yeah, so I'm going to have a look through that, and then I'll probably once I finish the book that I choose, the time will be up anyway, and then I'll do a review of all of the books. I looked through my Goodreads to read list, and I settled on Summer Romance. I'm currently reading the ebook on my tablet, so that's the plan for the rest of tonight until the time is up, and then I will see you guys tomorrow when I do the final reviews and ratings for all of the books. Since the last time you saw me reading Summer Romance, which I have now finished, and this challenge is over. So I'm gonna finally give you guys my official ratings and reviews of the books. I don't want to give too much away in the reviews. I'm gonna make it as spoiler free as possible, but my full reviews I'll post along with the ratings on Goodreads, which is where I find most of my reads and where I post my opinions and stuff about the books that I've read. I read 2 physical books in this challenge, and I also read 2 ebooks in the challenge. We're gonna do it in order of how I read them. The first one I read was Red, White and Royal Blue. This book, I was stuck earlier, and I think I mentioned this earlier in the video. I was stuck between a 4-star and a 4.5 star, but since I finished the book, all I've been wanting to do is watch the film to see how it matches up to the book, and I keep thinking about like small little details and descriptions and things that were in this book that I just loved. So the final rating I'm giving it is a Red, White and Royal Blue is a 4.5 stars out of 5 stars. I love the writing, I love the use of different fonts. So when the characters were talking and it was the narrator and stuff, it was one font, and then when it was text messages or emails or like news coverage, it was different. I felt really involved and immersed in the book, as if I was there watching this happen. So I really loved this book. The next one I moved on to was A Court of Thorns and Roses, but I read a couple chapters and just decided that I was not in the headspace. So then I moved on to an ebook, which was, I've suddenly forgotten, the rule book. I really enjoyed the rule book. I really enjoyed it. The descriptions in it, the dynamic between the characters, the banter, the way that the emotions were mixed into the book of like the angst, but also like the love and the romance. Just a really nice contradiction, but not to the point where it ruined the book. Like, it was a nice journey through with the characters. So I ended up giving that a 4-star. Then I read One of Us is Lying. I really enjoyed the start of this book, and then like towards the end of part 2 and the beginning of part 3, it almost felt like the main plot of this almost became a side story in the book, which was kind of disappointing because it's a mystery. It's under the category of like a mystery thriller. I'd say it's more a mystery than a thriller. There wasn't much in this book that was thriller book vibes, but it was definitely a mystery, and the entire plot of the book, which was the mystery, became a side plot and like a side story in the book towards that part. And it kind of, no, I don't want to say ruined, because it didn't ruin the book, but it definitely lowered the expectations I had in my head for the book. And then the ending, in my personal opinion, was honestly quite predictable, and I was expecting like some crazy plot twist, but it was super predictable and like really underwhelming, and yeah, it wasn't the favourite book I've read. But I ended up giving it 3.5 stars, because the majority of the book I really did like it, and I liked the way that it was multiple perspectives in the book. It just got taken away by like the end part of the book, which was really sad. Then I moved back to an ebook, and it was Summer Romance, and let me tell you, that book was everything. I'm giving it 5 stars because the emotions, it was just everything. Like, I don't want to give anything away, but the way that the angst was brought in at the right times and the descriptions of those emotions was so immersive to the point where you felt them yourself was everything. So I found a 5-star read in this video, which was not expected, but I really just loved the dynamic between not just the two main characters but all of the characters in the book. The writing style of the author, it was everything. Since I finished it, I haven't been able to stop thinking about it. Like, yes, it's been, hours at this point, but I really enjoyed that book. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Please be sure to check out my social media accounts that I linked in the description below. And yeah, bye!